Hi, welcome to Victoria Knits. I'm Victoria. Yeah, I'm out again. I'm taking another hike. I'm doing this one by myself again. Kim, my husband, had things he wanted to get done today since the weather was going to be nice. Otherwise, he'd be here with me. This is a new hike I haven't done before, but I follow a guy, I can't remember his name. I'll try to put it at the bottom of the screen, on Instagram. He lives in Kalispell. I've never met him. He does a lot of hiking, and he posted pictures of this lake a few weeks ago, and I thought, gosh, that's gorgeous. I need to go there. What happens is, your daughter buys you this book, and you start going through it, and you're like, oh, wow, there's so many hikes I need to take in that. Well, what really stood out for me because of this one was the town we live in is also called Marion. Now, I could not find an explanation for why they named this lake Marion and why our town is named Marion. If I ever find that explanation, I will definitely let you all know. But before we get started on this hike, I wanted to say I've had a lot of new viewers lately. Mel Hartley, maybe it's Melanie, asked about those muffin tops. Well, I stopped and got another one today, and here's the label. It's from Seattle. It's called Seattle's Favorite Lemon Poppy Seed Muffin Top, and they are made in Kent, Washington. So I don't know if you'd be able to find those, Mel, but I hope you do. Mine cost me $2.75 this morning. And at the coffee shop I buy them at, which is Copper Mountain Coffee, which I think is located in Montana, but don't quote me on that. They come in frozen, so they have to defrost it for you before they give it to you. And I've already eaten it. It was really good. So I'm going to get my hiking boots on. And I'm going to let you guys, I had a chore I had to do this morning before I left the house. I really wanted to get that done. So I'll let you join me in on that nasty little chore. Remember in my last podcast how I said I wish you could smell the air? Well, you don't want to smell this. Hey, girls. Oh, you're all dirty, aren't you? I need a bath. Okay. I'm going to get you a nice bath today. You ready for this? I'm going to clean your cage. What you girls doing? Yeah. Say hello. You say hello? No? Okay. Okay, so here's what the book says about this trail. It's a day hike from the road to Marion Lake, 2.1 miles or 3.4 kilometers one way, so it'll be about a 4-mile round trip. Difficulty, moderately strenuous. Traffic, moderate. Elevation gain will be about 1,800 feet. Maximum elevation, about 6,000 feet. It says it's a short and rather popular hike that provides access to a montane lake surrounded by spruce forest and overlooked by a picturesque but nameless peak. All right. I'm going to go back and look at the Marion Creek back here first. Is a pretty little waterfall. And then I'm going to get started on the hike. We'll see how long it takes me. I think it's around 11 o'clock. I am a little nervous. Yes, because it's a new place. I'm by myself, but it's also kind of exciting, and it's really pretty out, and the sky's a beautiful blue. So let's go see what this is all about. Okay, feels weird to be talking out here. I have not reached the lake yet, and I've been walking for about an hour. I needed a drink. Ooh. Really thirsty. I also need to remind myself that when you're hiking by yourself, it's important to keep your ears and eyes open. Pay attention to what's going on around you. That's for my benefit and yours. And yeah, I'm breathing way too hard. My glasses are fogged over. I don't even know if you can see me there. I can barely see you guys. Well, I can't see you, can I? Holy cow. Yeah, it's a steep hike. There's been a lot of snow on the trail. I'm hoping it doesn't get much deeper, but I should be really close. I should be really close. So, fingers crossed, right? You know what? I made it. Yeah, that was the longest 2 miles I've done in a long time. But as you can see, it was worth it. Is that a beautiful lake or what? And that peak, as the guidebook said, is unnamed, but I think we should name it I Can't Believe You Made It Here. I Can't Believe You Made It Here Peak. That's the name of it now, right? Holy cow, that was a long hike. A lot of snow. My new hiking shoes are doing pretty well though. And I have to say, if someone hadn't already made this hike ahead of me, either today or yesterday, I wouldn't have been able to tell where the trail was. There was that much snow and it wouldn't have been clear at all. And you know what? Now that I'm here, my knitting seems kind of insignificant to talk about, but I'm going to you know, I brought some stuff, so I'm going to show what I brought. I also realized, I think I forgot my notes, but I don't really care. Well, we're going to do this, right? I finished the first of my Collie Wobble sock. See if I can get some good sun on that. The sun's at a funny angle here. It turned out really well. I really like it. I'm looking forward to getting started on the next one. I'll put at the bottom what the yarn is. These are my friendship socks. I showed them last time. I think everybody's familiar with them. I just wanted to show that I did finish the first one. Really liking it. They fit really comfortably. That's a win. I'm going to make this pretty quick because I really need to get back down this hill. And it's going to be tough going down because it was really steep coming up. There's a lot of snow on it. I'm really going to have to take my time and be careful. It took me exactly 2 hours to reach this lake today. Update. I got started on my son's Green Bay sock. Not much of a start, but you know what? It makes you feel good to get going on something, and then you feel like you can just knit on it, right? You can just keep going. I think getting started sometimes the hardest part. So that's going. Also, I brought up that mystery cow shawl I'm working on of Cecilia Losada's. And she's up to the 3rd clue. And I'm really liking how this is going. Let me get it all entangled here so I can show you. So that's what I have so far. I think it's turning out, it's really nice. That is the right side. And I'm loving that texture she has on that. So pretty. So I brought that up along with my sock. And let's see, I brought one more item up. I did not bring the Malin tee that I'm working on of hers. I worked on that all day yesterday at Craft Group. So I'm getting it going. I know a lot of people probably feel like I do when you're working on a sweater or whatever you want to call it. I think she calls it the Malin tee. She has a long-sleeved version out now. If I have enough yarn, I'm going to put long sleeves on the one I have because I would like to wear it during the winter. But her pattern, her other pattern that has it in long sleeves, so pretty. The sleeves kind of billow at the end, you know. Oh, it's really nice. It's almost worth buying the pattern for that. Okay, or the new pattern. So I've been working on that sock blank with Jan Swarbrick's new pattern, and this is the pattern is, I think it's pronounced Dinan maybe. Anyway, gosh, I should have brought my notes because Jan said she named this pattern after Dinan. I think it's Dinan. I'll put it at the bottom. Dinan, France. She said she loves to go there. It's a beautiful place to visit. She fell in love with France. She said the coffee shops are just gorgeous there. There's a river there whose name I can't remember. Maybe it was Rance. Yeah, that's how I am without my notes. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I am working. I've gotten a good portion done of her pattern. Now I don't think I picked the best yarn for this. I think it should have been less busy. This is that sock blank from SSK Yarners. I showed you that in the last one. And yeah, the pattern is turning out quite busy. And I'm kind of, regretting it a little bit just because I think Jan's pattern would have looked better on a plainer yarn. But this is the yarn I wanted to do it with. Now I think it might look better after it gets blocked. This is from a sock blank, so it's going to be kind of wrinkled looking. So I'm hoping that the pattern will stand out a little bit better when it's blocked. It does have a pretty cable down the front. I hope you can see that. And then there's some lace work on either side of the cable. I am liking it. There's a nice little rest row, a knit row between each row, which I really like. And I was showing this sock blank and the socks to my daughter and my husband, because I don't think they'd ever, I've knitted from sock blanks before, but I'm not sure I really pointed them out to them or anything, and I'm sure Vanessa hadn't seen it before. And she was like, her confusion and Kim's confusion were pretty funny to watch. They were like, it's not going to come out, your sock's not going to come out with pumpkins and leaves on it. I'm like, yeah, I know. And they're like, well, then what's the point? Yeah, the point is to see how it comes out, even though the sock blank has pumpkins and leaves on it. I think only a knitter would get that. And as I pointed out to them, if you want to know exactly what the pattern is going to be of your sock yarn, then that's what you buy. You buy patterned sock yarn that you can tell, like self-striping, of course. So you know what the pattern is going to be. If that was what makes you happy, that's what you do. If you want to, you know, step out of the square a little bit and try something, you know, a little off the wall and a bit off the cuff, then you can, you know, I feel like I'm kind of knitting those pumpkins and leaves into these socks. They're definitely going to be fall socks, and I think they're going to be really pretty. So I think so that's all I brought up with me. As I said, I have been working on the Malin tee, and I'm really working hard to get to the sleeve separation. I bet a lot of people are like that. They really push to get to the sleeve separation when they're making a sweater, because that's the point where you can try it on and see how it's going to fit, if it's going to fit. And for me, it's just an exciting, kind of an exciting place to knit to. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of snow up here. I haven't seen any animals other than chipmunks or anything. The view up here has been very, very pretty on the way up. And so now it's time to head back down. I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop on the way home and pick up a pizza from Papa Murphy's, and then I'm going to go home and take a nice long hot bath. On the way up here, I did think about giving up and not making it all the way, because it was a tough climb, tough trail, lots of snow, as I said, hard to see the trail sometimes. I'm by myself, it's a little scary, and sometimes I just stopped and said, yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous and I'm a little scared, and it's okay. What's the worst that's going to happen? I'll tell you what the worst is going to happen. The worst is going to happen, I would die here. And at least I wouldn't take anyone else with me, right? It's not like driving drunk or something. I'm on a hike. The best case scenario is I make it to the lake and it's gorgeous, and then I get back to my car, and then I get home, and yeah, and I've done this. So it's pretty cool. So I might see some pictures on the way home that I need to take and plug them in here. If I do, fine. If I don't, there'll be, after this, there'll be a lot of duck videos, because they're growing really fast. And so I'll show some pics of them, and, you know, throw in some grandson stuff, and I think that's about it. Oh, I did want to say, next weekend, see, without my notes, next weekend, Kim and I are going to Fiber Fusion Northwest. Look at that. I bought my shirt. Fiber Fusion Northwest. Gosh, I hope you can see that. Maybe, maybe not, huh? Fiber Fusion Northwest. I bought a pink one. So that's what we'll be doing next weekend. And I was wondering if anybody else is going up. Oh man, and I counted the vendors too. Wow, I think there was like something like 73 vendors or something. That's a lot of vendors. The Eureka Fiber Fest, I think, had 20 or something. So Kim and I are going to go up. We're going to stay Friday night. The the Fiberfest happens on Saturday and Sunday. It is in Monroe, Washington, which is like 45 minutes north of Seattle. So we'll see. That's coming up next weekend, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I hope nobody minds that I'm putting up another episode. I expect it to be a really quick one, and that's fine. I really wanted to come to this lake today. I have some things that need to be done during the week, and I wasn't sure I was going to have time to do it any other day. And the weather was really perfect for it today. But as I said, Kim had things he had to get done, so he stayed home to do that. And so here I am. It's good for me. It's good for me to come up here and do this. Yeah, it's a little, you know, I could feel my adrenaline on the way up because, yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking. You know, I'll just outright admit it. It is. But sometimes I just, you know, on the way up, I just stopped and I took some breaths and I just looked around, and it's really gorgeous. And it's good to be out. All right, so gosh, goodbye from Marion Lake in Montana. Hope I see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. You like that, huh?
Mm-hmm. I do two things.
Yeah.
You got to say twinkle. You guys sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Are you going to sing too?
Yeah.
Okay. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, Yes, you are.
That's a good sound. Should we sing the choo-choo one?
Okay. What's the choo-choo one?
It goes. Could we clack on the track? Going to the colorful